And we are live. This is so exciting. I am happy to welcome Dr. Alan Stern and Dr. Laura Brenner to our live stream today within the Mint door. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you, Laura.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Very confusing.
Having two Lauras.
Greatest Lauras of all time, the globe.
You know what? It makes it easy for you, Alan. You don't have to remember anyone's name.
Yeah. You know, ultimately, that's what we tried to do. We tried to make all become friends with you. So you just knew you'd just have to say Laura.
That's it. Well,
Right.
thank you, Laura. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and then you just always tell us how great we are. So it's a win for us too.
Yes. Awesome. And you know, you guys are here. You're both dentists. Alan, you're still practicing. Laura, you're retired. You're both writers. You're both speakers. You both host and are founders of your own Facebook groups. Alan, yours is Better, Richer, Stronger. And Laura's, yours is Dentist Side Gigs. And you guys are kind of teaming up to do something pretty special coming up next week called Super Dentist Boost. Can you kind of give us a little bit about how you guys met and how this developed and what it is?
Laura, you want to get the ball rolling?
I'll get it rolling. Well, so I was just kind of hanging out in dental nachos, and I saw Alan in there, and I saw you, Laura, and Paul Goodman said that I should reach out to you. And so I just reached out to you guys. It was like a cold email. I just randomly sent you guys private messages on Facebook. And I said, hey, you know, I think we have a lot in common. Let's meet. And we met for what Alan calls virtual coffees.
Yeah.
And the rest was history, right? We just had so much in common. And I think we all wish for better lives for our community, you know, our community members. And we know that it can be better. And we have the same mission that we sort of all do in our own little unique ways. And so Alan and I just started talking. Alan, do you want to jump in here and share what we decided that we wanted to do?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. You know, we when we talk about the COVID lockdown and all of the stress it put on us, there's blessing in here. Both of you, Laura's, I met during the lockdown. Laura, Dr. Schwint and I had some personal circumstances with our kids that I was able to help you with. And Dr. Brenner and I, all of a sudden, Laura Brenner and I went down this really interesting path where we both suffered from a disease that I call PMD, perpetually miserable dentist. And Laura's path went divergent to mine. After we talked a lot, we studied in similar places. We killed ourselves to become as best a practitioner as we could, clinical practitioners. And there was still a lot of misery involved. And Laura Brenner, I find out, takes a path divergent, goes into coaching, all kinds of different things to make life better for people. And I doubled down and I just put my nose to the stone and I fell back in love with dentistry for my own reasons. I found my why. Laura Brenner found her why. So we formed this instant bond together, and we know that we can collaborate. Get a batch of miserable dentists in the room.
There are none of those. Are there?
No, not at all. But we are going to put dentists out of their misery, right, Laura?
There you go. I love it.
So, and that's exactly what we're going to do, Laura Schwint. And we modeled it after the song. We were going to do it, Love It or List It. And we didn't think that was going to be it just wasn't going to work. We played around with it. But that song, that 80s song, just works so well. Should I stay or should I go? Because that is really what we're trying to help people determine. There's happiness to be found. There's joy to be found in dentistry. There really is. If you're me, if you're Laura Brenner, there's joy in leaving it behind and using your skills to benefit humanity in another way. And I have the utmost respect for both of you, but Laura's path is amazing. My path is good. Take your choice.
Yeah.
Oh, go
And
ahead,
there's
Laura.
probably a combination of both of those that can be found for any individual. So just knowing that your path is your path and that you guys are showing just different alternatives to those paths.
Yeah, there is no one right answer.
Mhm.
And Laura Brenner, would you not agree that we're so trained to think that there is one way and only one way, right? Own a practice, live the glory, or become a loser.
Mhm.
And
Totally.
that's ridiculous, right?
It's
Mhm.
just the most ancient, archaic way of thinking about dentistry.
Mhm.
And so what we joked about this. If anyone's seen the HGTV show Love It or List It, we joked about how, I could like Alan and I could both come in and help people do their career renovation or look for new career homes. And then at the end, people get to decide, do you want to love it or list it? Well, as we're teaming up for the Super Dentist Boost that is coming next week, the whole conference is about how to be happy as an owner, a practice owner. And
Mhm.
so what we're going to talk about is Alan's going to share what it takes to be in love with your practice as a practice owner.
Mhm.
And I'm going to share what it takes to not be a practice owner, because I talk to people all the time who are not super duper happy with their careers, but they're told by everyone that the way to become happy in dentistry is to own your own practice. And that works for some. But
Mhm.
for others, it doesn't give them freedom. It doesn't give them autonomy. It doesn't give them flexibility. It just gives them more headaches because it's not the right fit for them.
Yes.
So I'm coming in and saying, okay, let's just be aware and have caution that, having a baby to save your marriage that's not working out isn't always the best idea, right? The whole Super Dental Dentist Boost is about helping people understand if practice ownership is right for them. And I'm going to help people see that if it's not, here's how they can design their careers in the new way. We're getting rid of this archaic thinking that there's only one way to practice. You can
Mhm.
still be a happy, successful dentist and design your career however you want. It might be working 2 days a week. It might be starting, you guys know I love side gigs.
Mhm.
Right? So it's about the individual, and we're going to help you guys come to those conclusions so you make the right choices moving forward.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah.
I love what you said there. It's about the individual, and that you're right. We have been very mono-individual for so long in dentistry. Like there is just this one path. And, there's obviously different ways to do the same filling. So there should be different ways to practice dentistry as well, right?
Yeah.
Well, talk about like diagnosing and all the scandal about you could go to 10 different offices and get 10 different treatment plans.
Only 10? What's the matter with you? At least 15.
Right. I mean, how do we think that's okay in this like scientific healthcare field, but we don't think it's okay to have 15 different ways of designing your career?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's so important for people to realize that we have three unalienable rights in this country, Laura Schwint: life, liberty, and the pursuit of a Tesla. No, no, no. Wait a minute. What? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of a big house?
Twitter.
Bitcoin? The pursuit of happiness.
Mhm.
And it is that pursuit of happiness that we get so caught up in the details the of dentistry. We get so caught up in comparing ourselves,
Mhm.
and we forget that what makes me happy doesn't necessarily make either of you happy. And there's
Right.
nothing wrong or nothing right with that. It's just who we are.
Mhm.
Find who you are and live it. And man, enjoy your life. Enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride.
Pretty much.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, and to know that having the perspective of you, Dr. Stern, having come in and not loving your practice and changing things, knowing that, it's okay to make changes mid career or end career or beginning career, or like you, Dr. Brenner, to say, I don't think this is the right fit. And so just knowing that it is okay. and hearing other people that have done it is so valuable, because there's so much of dentistry where we hold it all in and just put on this professional persona that everything is all right.
Yeah. And the end result of that, as you know, and it's another program I'll be doing this summer, the
Mhm,
end result of that is our profession is pockmarked with depression.
mhm,
Untreated depression leads to tragedy.
mhm,
So what Laura and I are doing next week is really one step in not only preventing misery, depression, and God forbid, but also just a step to enhance your happiness, because that's what we're here for.
mhm. Yeah, I love that. So tell us a little bit logistically about Super Dentist Boost. Now you can watch virtually by texting the number that's on the screen below. Is it an in-person or is it all virtual?
No, we're there.
Okay.
We're there. Me and Laura Brenner sitting side to side. We were actually going to stage it as a couple arguing back and forth. That's how we were originally going to do it. And there will be a dozen or so really great people from all over the country will be there. Also, Bob Pick will be there. Maggie Augustin will be there. Lonnie Gross, I can't wait to give her a big hug. Mitch Rubenstein, um, Rob Montgomery, the people who are really experts at different parts of the
Mhm,
puzzle of ownership of a practice. So you're going to get in that event the opportunity to hear Laura and me and all
mhm,
the other people, but also more importantly, to hang out, have a beer with us, um, ask us questions, let us listen to you.
mhm,
And it's going to be really powerful for the people who can be there in person. But the folks going virtual, they'll get a ton by
mhm.
seeing any or all of us that they're interested in.
That's fantastic. Awesome. Well, it sounds like a great event. I'll make sure and put all the links in the comments below so that if anyone's interested in finding out more about the Super Dentist Boost, they can find it there. But you guys have something else coming down the road as well at the Dental Festival. So you guys are both involved in the Dental Festival. And Laura, why don't you start first and tell us what you're doing there? And then we'll go to you, Alan.
Yes. So I am hosting the Side Gig Summit, and it's a great day where we're going to hear from a lot of other speakers who've done it too.
Hmm.
They've already done it. And I think that's a crucial part of, you know, you look at people like Laura Schwint or Alan Stern or Paul Goodman, and you think, how are they able to create these side gigs so effortlessly? It seems, right?
Right.
And
It's
it
so
seems,
effortless.
right? And then you look in the mirror and you think, I don't know what else I like. I have no other skills. And knowing that other people have done it helps us believe that we can do it too. So the
Mhm.
whole day we're going to work through what are the limiting beliefs? What are the old, I mentioned earlier, the archaic ways of looking at success in dentistry. And we're going to break through those so you can see that you can start a side gig and still be a success. It doesn't mean you're a failure in dentistry. So we're
Mhm.
starting out that way. We're going to look at debt reduction, because a really
Mhm.
cool debt reduction strategy, because so many people really need the income. Well, I say saved money equals earned money, right?
Mhm.
And so another way for people to increase their cash flow, we're going to look at an alternative, very stable way of investing in cryptocurrencies. A lot of people have um, like great skills and talents in dentistry that they'd love to share with people. Vanessa Emerson is going to come talk about being a speaker consultant. She's amazing.
Mhm.
And then in the afternoon, we're going to have two panels. And one is going to be about getting jobs for a side gig, like using
Mhm.
your skills that you've already invested in dentistry to get non-clinical jobs. For
Mhm.
the people who don't see themselves opening up an Etsy shop or being entrepreneurial.
Mhm.
Um, and then the other panel is for the entrepreneurial types. People who have these ideas. They know they want to grow something and share it. and how you can share it with the community you already know. You already have trust in this community in dentistry or outside of dentistry. So it's going to be a really great day to help people launch themselves into a side gig and really know that you can do it too. And so this is part of the Dental Festival, which is, there are 18 conferences. It's an amazing event. What I love about it is this is not your average dental conference. Elijah Desmond wanted to put the fun back into a conference. I think you said that the other day, Alan, and that was such a great way of putting it. And when you come here, it's like, if you want to do something in your life, hang around other people who are doing it and it'll rub off on you. And that's what you'll get. So it's more than just, you can come get you can actually get CE for exploring a side gig, or it's so cool. Whoever thought we could do that, right?
So cool.
Or you can attend these other conferences and get clinical CE, or Alan's going to tell you about his CE. And so really, it's about a lifestyle and creating the life you want. And this is what we're doing at the Dental Festival.
And is this, this is the first side gig summit of its kind, isn't it? So
right?
Cool.
So
Congratulations. I love that. And
I want permission to crash
it's
that party.
becoming a normal talked about subject. It used to almost be a taboo. Again, the archaic thinking that if you're doing something other than being a dentist, then maybe you're not such a good dentist. Or why do you feel you need to be doing something other than dentistry? What's wrong with you? Instead of, wow, you are a multifaceted human who has many interests and things that you can pursue.
Exactly. And that's what this whole festival represents. It's like your one ticket gets you multifaceted CE courses.
So great. And if you want to go to the Side Gig Summit, there is a code GIG for $50 off. So GIG, GIG. And
I want permission to crash that party.
Well, it does sound like a great party.
You have to. Not only do you have permission, you're obligated.
Yes.
And Alan, you're teaming up with the dental comedian Frank King with a what would you call a presentation?
Yeah, what we're doing.
Save
the Males. Save the Males. So Sue Jeffries from the Dental Mental Network has asked Frank and me, and Frank and I have been talking about this for a long time, of coming together and talking about the very serious thing. We laugh a lot, and Frank and I will be doing a lot of laughing. But Frank is a suicide survivor, and Frank impressed me very much when I met him with one of the lines. He says, "If you don't know how close I came to killing myself, I can still remember how the barrel of my gun tasted in 2010." And then he goes, "Spoiler alert, I didn't pull the trigger." So he breaks it up very well. But I have been graced that in the downside of my career, I was never diagnosed as clinically depressed. I never thought about, never mind. But I have seen too much of it in people I know, highly successful people I know, and people I know of who are doing very well. I gave a presentation at the Pankey Institute in 2013 in memory of Andrea Bierman, who was a friend of mine, one of the most incredibly talented, brilliant, beautiful dentists I'd ever encountered, who took her own life at age 34. And my friend Jim Otten, who's on the board at Pankey, we did a program together on suicide and depression in dentistry, and also a tribute to Andrea's life. And what we found out is, number one, depression and suicide have been pockmarking dentistry for a long time. It's not a wives' tale. Number two, at the end of that talk, we had 4 people from the Pankey Alumni Association, 4 arguably of the highest overachievers in our profession, come up and thank us. What does that tell you? and it threw me pretty hard. So I have been on fire with this to try to bring, not only to teach people to enjoy the ride, but to take the misery out of dentistry. It doesn't belong there. So
Mhm.
Frank and I are going to be addressing men, but also people who have dental men in their lives that they care about.
Mhm.
Because we Y chromosome types, present company excluded, have a hard time airing their stuff.
Mhm.
You women, you just get on a group and you'll spew everything. You'll spew TMI all over the place, emotional TMI. But we hold it in because we have this toxic masculinity where we
Mhm.
think we got to be tough. We got to suck it up and be providers. Be the caveman with the club that brings food home and that kind of stuff. It's not true. The pressures of dentistry have always been there and they're growing, and the world is changing, and all of the stresses of the last 5 or 6 years, they're coming down on us just as hard, if not harder, than on other people.
Mhm.
Frank and I are going to do a program that's going to show you how to address your own stuff, when and where to look for help, but also to try to channel your power into your dental career and turn it into something that not only that saves you while you're saving others, to do good while you're doing well.
Mhm.
There is no reason for anybody, any educated professional, to not get the help or to not be able to air what's
Mhm.
on there. We look at every detail of every tooth, every micromillimeter, every piece of a margin, every 0.5 millimeters of a root canal fill.
Mhm.
We can look the same way at our own minds, make our
Mhm.
lives better. And that's what Frank and I are going to be doing. Now,
Mhm.
I'm also going to be doing a 1 hour from struggle to success, one dentist story.
Mhm.
I'll be telling my story of how I rose and crashed and rose again. Because, man, if I could do it, Laura, anybody can do it. I'm not smarter than anybody else. I just figured it out, and I can state it in simple language.
Mhm.
It's not that hard.
Well, and I think that you bring up so many good points there, for the men in dentistry, and the fact that there is a different standard as far as letting their feelings show. But as women in dentistry and interacting with men in dentistry, knowing that maybe they're shouldering those pressures as well, and that can affect how they're interacting with us. And so I love that you bring up that it's not just for the men, it's for anybody that has a man in dentistry.
Yeah, and I'll tell you some true confessions. Don't tell anybody. Okay, this is our secret, just the three of us. When I read some of the emotional struggles that my women colleagues go through, I'm thinking, I got the same stuff going on.
Mm.
Um, Childbearing and that other stuff, no. But it look, guys, we put up with the same stuff. It's the emotional impact is the same. We process it a little bit differently,
Mhm.
but we're all affected by this. And the sooner we realize it, and the sooner we go out to try to make our lives better,
Mhm.
magic. It's a fork in the road. Take the right fork.
Mhm. Yep. Mood follows action, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, excellent. So, and is the other presentation that you're giving at the dental festival, which festival is that one a part
It
of?
is also under the Dental Mental Network.
Okay.
We'll be doing, I think we are meeting on Wednesday, and Laura, you're doing Friday, I believe, of that week. So you can attend all of these things. And our co-presenters in Dental Mental are going to be phenomenal. I think Laura Mock's going to be there, the other GLOAT, the other greatest Laura of all time.
Mm.
Sue Jeffrey's going to be there. Claudia Lovato is going to be there. Of course, Frank is going to be there with me. We have a lot of good stuff to say and a
Excellent.
lot of good thoughts to help you with. And then there are a million other technical conferences, business conferences, and then you get over to Laura's side gigs, and you'll just be so full of ideas, new ideas to explore, and so many of us as resources to help you explore it. We want to help. We want to give.
Awesome. And can you remind me of the dates of the dental festival again? Is it
Laura,
July?
July 6th through 10th? Does
So
that sound right?
July 6th through the 10th.
It's
Okay.
Tuesday through
Sunday,
Sunday. And
Sunday fun day.
yep, and there's going to be a lot of fun there. I will consume some beer with anybody, or maybe a bourbon with Brenner. Who knows? But yeah, Elijah is an entertainer, and he's got some stuff planned, and there's learning and fun.
Mm-hmm.
What's
Which
wrong?
We need
fun
both.
in dentistry.
Yes.
We don't have to go to a 3-hour lecture, worry about taking a practical exam afterwards, and whether the instructor is going to downgrade us. It's not that way. It doesn't have to be that way.
Well, and how refreshing to see a trend of, I mean, there was nothing, 10, 15 years ago where you could go to a dental conference and learn these kind of different modalities, mental wellness, side gigs, having fun, and get credit for it. That was the thing. It was always, oh, well, I got to get my CE, I got to do my credits. And so that kind of personal development was always kind of pushed aside. And now I feel like the trend is, let's balance that a little bit, let's balance clinical CE with the mental wellness, the self-development, and treating the whole person, not just a dentist.
It's so important.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and I don't have to wear a tie. I don't have to wear a tie and jacket anymore. I can teach like this.
Well, that's even better.
What's that?
I said you can be you. Anyone can be you can be yourself at this event.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Excellent. All right. Well, I'll make sure and put the information in the comments below with that as well, so that anybody can check out how to be involved in that. Is there a virtual portion to this as well if you can't travel to be there? Do you guys know?
Elijah hinted that he might be doing something.
Okay.
Oh, well, I do know there is a virtual component to Dentistry's Got Talent, which I'm also speaking in. So yeah, so if you want to watch that virtually, it's a really fun event. You can get CE for that too, and it's on all different topics. This year, there's 25 people speaking in the contest, and that is on Wednesday and Thursday.
Awesome. Yeah, that's like a rapid TED Talk of all sorts of different topics. And isn't this like the best of the best? Right? Coming back to participate.
Well, I wasn't going to say it, but that's what they're saying.
You can say it.
I think they're calling it the Tournament of Champions.
There you go. There you go. So it is really going to be high caliber speaking on various topics and a lot of fun. So definitely we'll make sure and get that information as well. I would like to give a heartfelt, just big virtual hug to the both of you for the work you do, for your friendship, for the fact that you are changing the face of dentistry. And I'd just like to highlight again, either of these people here, Dr. Laura Brenner, Dr. Alan Stern, can be found very easily by checking out their awesome Facebook groups. Dr. Stern's is Better, Richer, Stronger, and Dr. Brenner's is Dentist Side Gigs. And they are always open for a virtual chat too. So as both of them also, I don't think I mentioned this in the intro, but you're both coaches as well. And so being a coach, you're always open to a virtual conversation. And so reach out to them and explore what it's meant to be a happy dentist.
That's it.
Awesome. Anything else I missed or anything else you guys would like to close with today?
I would like to say something. Okay, then Alan, you can close it out. Laura, you're amazing. Right back at you. You've done so much to help this dental community, and I'm grateful for your friendship, Alan, yours as well. You guys are just amazing people, and let's revolutionize this profession. I said that for you, Alan.
Thank you, dear.
I love the word profession. Let's revolutionize this thing together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think, and I too would reiterate my gratitude for the wonderful friendships and real friendships, not friendships that I have with you two great people and so many others, thanks to COVID. Thank you, COVID.
Right.
It cost a few million lives, and that is a tragedy, but
Mhm.
we found blessing in that tragedy.
Mhm.
And it enabled me to get to my dream.
Mhm.
And
That's
I found
awesome.
my calling and I found my why. And I'm living it. And it's in good part thanks to Zoom, thanks to COVID, thanks to your friendship.
Mhm.
And we will, together with a few of our other friends, make this profession the profession it's supposed to be, bring joy and happiness to people's lives, because that's what we want.
Mhm.
Bring health to people's lives, physical, physiologic, and mental.
Mhm.
And damn, life is good, and let's keep it that way.
Yeah. Oh, that's an excellent place to end. Thank you guys for spending some time with us, and good luck next week and at the Dental Festival. We can't wait to see all of the excitement, and I'll make sure all the links are in the comments below. So check them out, everybody.
Thank you so much, Laura.
Thank
Laura
you.
and Laura.
Thanks, Laura.
Yeah.
Take care.